That night I woke up like in so much pain. Surgeon walks in, name is Dr. Grant. He's like, you are very sick. You have 6 months to live. And you have this ticking time bomb, this disease that could come back. You're immunocompromised, like you could, like anything can kill you. If I die tomorrow, anyone that loved me, they'll have this video to be like, he did the shit he wanted to do in his life. Good, cross. Boom, good, cross hook. Memento Mori, to remember one's mortality, to know that each and every one of us are rushing towards our demise. It's an ultimate truth that we all understand, that we all know, yet most behave like that's not what's happening. Most settle for mediocrity, most settle for lives of quiet desperation. I don't know how they do it, but I know when I get to my deathbed, I will die with memories, and I refuse to accept the pain of regret. I was in grade 9, and I had just started getting into fitness. I just started getting into lifting, and like, between being overweight, so I was hella strong, puberty, so you have like more testosterone than ever, lifting heavy weights and training, my body like changed. Like I went from being the fat and coordinated kid to doing like one-arm handstands. I was doing one-arm handstands all the time because I was just like a thing I figured out how to do. And my eyes were yellow. My mom noticed, people would like point out, but it would like come and go. And I was like 13, so I like Googled that shit. WebMD was bigger, and it's like, oh, like jaundice. It's like a sign of pancreatic or liver issues. And I was like, there's no way, I feel so good. That was a misdiagnosis. So they diagnosed me with Wilson's disease when they did a biopsy because I had so much copper in my liver, which happens with all deterioration of liver. But when it's past a certain threshold, they think it's Wilson's. It's a genetic disease that makes you unable to eliminate copper. And they're like, okay, they're treating it. It's not really getting better. It was like a weekend. I ended up switching hospitals to sick kids in Toronto. And I remember my stomach hurt, but I was like, they're like, show up at 9 and we'll see you whenever. So I was in this waiting room for a while. I didn't eat. I was like, I have hunger pains. Saw the doctor, whatever. I was like, okay, we're gonna figure this out. Went home. That night I woke up like in so much pain. Like, woke up my parents, drove to the hospital, and I was having a spasm in my colon. Okay, this is just your colon's a muscle, this can happen. They ran an IV, sent me home. Next night, fall asleep, wake up, pain somewhere else. I was having acute pancreatitis, and they're like, yo, you're not leaving the hospital until we figure out what's wrong with you. They did a scope like a couple days later. So they go through your mouth into your liver, and all the bile ducts I have were like sealed up. So they went in and they like blow it up with a balloon and they put a plastic stent. And they're like, okay, you don't have Wilson's. You have this rare disease called PSC. It's an autoimmune disease of the bile ducts, which was weird because I didn't fit the profile. And it can be a pretty mild disease and it can be absolutely devastating. The level of aggression it is depends on person. There's no cure for PSC. There's like treatment that can help you. The only thing that people eventually need is a transplant. Some people never get transplanted, but if your liver goes, your liver goes. Surgeon walks in, name is Dr. Grant, amazing surgeon. And he's like, he walked in, he's like, young man, like you're almost an adult. You are an adult. I'm talking to you. Didn't look at my family. He's like, you are very sick. You have 6 months left with this liver. You don't have time to wait for a deceased donor. You're gonna have to find someone willing to give them half of your liver. And so that was the day, I think it was like May 6th, they put me on the list and we started looking for a live donor. And I was super lucky. My dad was a match, but he had fatty liver. So he lost like 30 pounds in 30 days to try and get rid of the fatty liver so he could donate. So September 7th, I was having my liver removed and a piece of my father's one put in its place. I remember waking up in ICU with a ventilator. I was in pain, I got cut really severely, but I was like, I also felt better. Like by the time I had gotten my transplant, I'd gotten so ill, and right away, like as soon as I woke up, my skin was getting softer and my eyes were white. And like, it's a blessing to have that wake up call. You have 6 months to live. And you have this ticking time bomb, this disease that could come back. You're immunocompromised, like you could, like anything can kill you. Jab head, jab chest, jab. Yeah, so I'm going up, you punch me back, I slip, I step, boom. Martial arts like taught me to stoke that fire in me. You know, like most people can't do uncomfortable shit. And it's like the same way you learn to do uncomfortable shit is how you learn to walk. You suck at first, but you do it over and over. Like when you're a kid, you take a couple steps, you fall over. Now I'm doing advanced stuff, like side to side, high knees. It's the same with facing adversity and being uncomfortable. And like one thing I love about fighting is that nothing else matters. There's no other thing in my life that I'm as dialed in as in a fight. When you got gloves on and someone's trying to take your head off and you're trying to take their head off, it's the most present I've ever been in my life. Something I've learned through all this is like the physical and mental are they're one and the same. Like truly, physical and mental are one and the same in the capacity that like, if my mental health is bad, my physical health is gonna follow. If your physical health is bad, your mental health follows. 2012, I was told I need another transplant. And so 5 months after my second transplant, I like hiked into Hang En Cave in Vietnam and slept in the cave. Like that was crazy. That was crazy to be like, it took 5 months, less than half a year to go from like getting this crazy surgery or I'm so unwell to being well enough I did the hike, it was hard, but to do this crazy hike. And then went in the Philippines, did a ton of stick and knife fighting, and then went to Vietnam and went to Cambodia and like saw Angkor Wat, Ta Prohm, like it's all about like, not everyone gets the reminder that I did that you might die. I've had half my life, if not more, to contemplate that, okay, I need to make sure it's enough no matter what. So like now, that's the thing, like having a transplant is, you're setting one set of problems to another set of problems, right? Like I don't have PSC anymore, but I have another set of problems that like, it's not my organ. So my immune system has to attack it, so we suppress my immune system, which leaves me vulnerable to like other things. So this is what happened when I was in Mexico. I must have inhaled the fungus, because it turned me to, so I went to Mexico, got tattooed, came back for 3 to 6 weeks, I don't remember the time zone, went back, and as soon as I got back, it was like March. I was just not well. And then I started coaching and I got tendinitis. And I kept getting gout, like a form of arthritis in my ankle. And I was getting staph like nonstop. No one else in the gym had staph. Because like 3 days before I left, in hindsight, like I had a bit of a fever and I was like, I'm going no matter what. I flew back pretty urgently. So weak I could barely walk. Like getting to the hospital was to the airport was crazy. And so we have when you go to emergency, they have a C-TAS. So a C-TAS 5 is like you need stitches. There's no urgency. But a C-TAS 1 is like you're on death's door. So I was a C-TAS 2. So like I hate going to hospitals and like waiting. And they were really worried about my health long term with all the health issues and how it was showing up. So they decided to do a bronchoscopy. The next day, another surgeon was like, no, we gotta get a biopsy. So they did another bronch and took a piece of my lung to get tested. By the time we're figuring out what it is, and the guy, I was talking to infectious disease, the doctor was pretty young, just out of school, like, he's like, man, you're like a house episode, I want to figure out what's wrong with you. And eventually he called me, he's like, I think it's a fungal infection. He's like, I think it's either this or this. I've been calling doctors in Port Savard, this is what we think it is. And then he called me, he's like, you should come back to the hospital. I'd been discharged and I was like, I don't want to come back. It's a long weekend for us in Canada. And he's like, okay, that's fair. I'm not gonna see any doctors. And then he called back and he's like, hey, like your blood, your urine, and your lung sample, both lung samples just grew this fungus. It means it's disseminated. It's like everywhere in your body, like you have no choice. You have to come to the hospital. So I was on the antifungal medication, which has tons of side effects. I felt like shit on it for 6 months. And then usually they said a year, and I was like, no, I'm fit, I'm healthy, I'm gonna get off in 6 months. And then the last maybe 2 weeks, I started feeling really unwell again. Got jaundice, got itchy, I'm not sleeping. And so now it's like, okay, what is going on? It could be like a form of rejection. It could be the fungus is back, which would really fucking suck, because that means I gotta do 6 months to a year of that same shit I just did. But at the end of the day, man, it is what it is, but that's why we're here. Gonna run some blood tests and find out. Yeah, like I've always had health issues, but this last year has been fucked. Like this last year has been one of in its own way, one of the hardest years of my life. And like, I finally built something. I finally have a name for myself. I have recognition. I have this brand, and I have to say no to things I want to do so badly, because it's like so cliche, but like, show me any man, he has 1,000 wishes. Show me someone who's sick and he only has one. And like, it's so easy to take your health for granted. Even myself, when I'm healthy, like I don't think about not being healthy. but I'm unhealthy. I'm not even training the way I want to right now. Like I'm still making content and still coaching a little bit, but I'm not holding pads that much. And like, that's the thing I love the most in the world. The price you pay for what you become and what you learn is like the journey you go through. And like, cool, like I didn't get to choose this journey, but I get to choose how I decide to show up. Mm-hmm. And like, I never ever want to be the guy that uses it as an excuse and withers away. Maybe that's an expectation of mine and a fear of mine. Like, it's just about how you show up to the world and the difference you can make, for me at least. And so there was like curfews and shit, but there was like this secret club. And I'm like fully prepared to die. I think it's comforting to know that like, if I die tomorrow, anyone that loved me, they'll have this video to be like, yeah, I say it all the time too, it's on a podcast, but like, he did the shit he wanted to do in his life. I've experienced more in 30 years than a lot of people ever will, and that's what it's about. You know, you look at like most of my tattoos are martial arts related. People want to understand why martial arts is so important to me. It saved my life the way religion saves other people's lives. You know, everything I've done in my life that took confidence, the public speaking, the theater, the like, you know, I've been in front of stages, the talking to a camera. Like some people in front of a camera freeze. It's because of the confidence I built because I know how to fight. I'm also very comfortable with like, if this is it, this is it. I'm cool with death. I've been at death's door enough that like, and that's the quote we talked about again from Stoicism, is like, why would I fear death? I can't exist while my death exists. So I'm scared of something that never exists. This was the last, if I had to leave one last message to Earth, it would be, you can just choose confidence. Like you just choose to be confident. You can fake it till you make it. It's 100% real. I did that shit. And that like, tomorrow's not guaranteed. Like do shit for you. If you are not happy in your life right now, do shit for you. And I get that everyone has different circumstances, you know. I'm not a parent. I live a pretty selfish life for myself, but I'm not responsible for another life. But at the same time, like, you have to, like, you get one life. Like, if you think about, if you were to die tomorrow, would you be happy with what you lived? And if not, like, fucking figure out a way to be that way, you know? I think that's what it is, top of my head. If you gave me time to think, I'm sure my answer would change, but top of my head, that's what it would be. Fake the confidence and, Memento Mori, yeah, exactly. Remember you're gonna die. And people get scared of death, but the other day it's like, it's gonna happen no matter what.
Sometimes you gotta.
It's like being scared of waking up. It's like being scared of the sun rising. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm overzealous when I'm thinking about the cash flow. I never had no handouts, just came natural. I've been tested so much, all these restless nights, all these different situations that I've been through. I seen pain trying to creep in through the window, but now I'm sliding through the hood in a